Hello and welcome to VanHack. In this video, I'm going to show you the 5 steps to have success in Canada. But first, let's get started with why Canada. Why do you want to move here? Well, we have a very fast growing tech center. And that means that there's a lot of open jobs that are being created for technology professionals. Exactly 182,000 open tech jobs will be available by 2020, and that number will only grow after that. Also, we have a very high quality of life, with many of our cities being ranked on the top 5-10 cities to live in the world. There's also a lot of great companies like Shopify, Unbound, Hootsuite that are from Canada, and many American companies like Amazon and Microsoft that are opening offices in Canada because they want to take advantage of the immigration laws to bring in talent. So if you are a tech professional and want to move to Canada, we have a lot to offer. But now let's talk about what it actually takes to work in Canada. What do you need and how can you get it? So the things you need to have are English, a visa, the right skills, know how to show those skills, and of course, connections to companies and recruiters. Let's go through these one by one. So English. This is obviously crucial for success because the language of business is English, or French as well in Quebec. But for the most part, it's English. You really need to be able to know how to speak and how to understand, but you don't need to be 100% fluent. One of our values is code has no accent. So if you know how to speak Ruby on Rails or JavaScript, or you have the right tech skills, which we'll get into soon, your chances of getting a job are much higher, even if you don't have fluent English. Also, if you are looking to immigrate, and we'll talk about the visa soon, you need to have an IELTS exam. This is not needed to get a job if a company will sponsor you, but if you want to do a college here or apply for Express Entry, you need IELTS. So, speaking of Express Entry, the most common program for people that come to Canada these days is Express Entry, where you create a profile based on your age, your income, your savings, your education, your basic profile, things like that. You can see more on the website, and you get a certain amount of points. You also get 600 points for a job offer. So IELTS is one of the things that makes up the point system. Another way is to study in an accredited college. If you study in a college that is accredited by the government, you'll be able to get a work visa. And the most common way, one of the most common ways, is one spouse study and the other spouse works. Because if one spouse is studying in a college, the other one automatically gets an open work visa. So let's say you have English and you have a visa. What now? What do Canadian employers want? Well, here you see a lot of skills, and there are things like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript frameworks like React, Node, and Angular for front-end developers, back-end developers, Ruby on Rails, Python, Java, PHP, .NET. I won't read them all here, but you get the picture. If you have tech skills, you can get a job in Canada. And a really good way to find out if there's jobs for you in Canada is just go to indeed.ca, and you can search your job there and see exactly how many jobs there are for your skill. Also, you need to know how to show your skills. So you need to have a good LinkedIn profile in English, very well written. You need to have a CV and cover letter in the Canadian or North American format. Having a portfolio with your code or with your work as a designer or marketer and a blog is really important. And of course, knowing how to do interviews will be able to help you. And you need to have connections. Connections to recruiters. Here are some interesting ones. VanHack, of course, we're part of that group. And also you need to be able to know how to use LinkedIn to get in touch with your target companies. One thing you can do is ask companies for informal job interviews. Just kind of understand better what they offer. This is something that sometimes they're open to. And as I mentioned, Indeed is a good website, plus BC Jobs, Angel.list, Angel.co are also good job sites, and there's many others. So getting those connections is what you need. If you have any questions about this, please go to vanhack.com or send us an email at contact@vanhack.com. We'll be happy to chat with you and help you on your journey to getting a great tech job in Canada. Thanks, and we'll see you soon.